man. Right, let's do this. Hello. How are you doing?
Hello.
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 Not too bad.
That's good. So, I guess first things first. I've got your team up here. What's going on? Last minute decisions. I see Mr. Wilfred Zaha has come in. What are we
Indeed.
saying?
Um,
Taking one out of my
so
book.
yeah, viewers of the stream last night, if you haven't seen it, go and see it. Would know that would know that I was deliberating between Zaha or some of the West Ham midfielders.
Bowen,
Um,
Fornals, all of the ballers.
all the ballers exactly. Especially the fact that West Ham are playing at home to Fulham.
Home to Fulham is the
It
main.
was it was very very tempting. But then I thought in a few weeks I want to bring Antonio in, and I don't really want triple West Ham.
See,
Um,
you
Plus
know
our
what?
husband,
I can understand that, to be honest.
yeah. Um, I also realised that my reserve keeper is Martin, so also need to
Reserve
make a
keeper's
transfer to get
Martin.
rid of him.
Oh, so yeah. I think Az is having the same problem with Aston Villa because he's got two reserve sort of keepers and another. So
Ah,
like that's the one thing I guess about Brighton as well because I think Sam's gone Ryan and Button for Brighton, so then you can only have one more
mm,
Brighton player. Um,
yeah.
Not the
talking,
hugely clamouring over Brighton players.
yeah. No, well, to be fair, Lamptey, good option. Mapai, good
Fancy
option.
Morpay, yeah.
Other
I'm
than
I'm
that, I
So,
mean,
I'm
but
happy with
like,
either, but I wouldn't think of having both.
you don't think you'd have both?
No, I mean, I've got Lamptey, and
Would you not
maybe
keep?
we'll move on to me later. But like
Yeah, I'm
I've
trying to
thought
bring. I'm
about
trying to bring your team up.
I've thought about having more pay in, but
Mm,
it's just
just a bit.
yeah. It just Brighton isn't the kind of team which I want to double up on if I
Yeah.
can help it.
No, that's completely understandable. I mean, what is what have you been doing with your team? I'm trying to bring it up here. It's let's bring
Well,
Brown's team up.
made one free transfer this week, and that was sadly to get rid of Danny Ings for Callum Wilson.
That was a very sad moment, I have to say. Um,
Yeah, it was.
that he's been absolutely balling as well. It would have been nice to watch that Newcastle game tonight. Let me transition. I've done a quick edit. We've got your team up on the screen right now. Um, on a quick edit. We have a quick question in actually. He says the question is, what is the best replacement for Mitrovic? Do we think? How much is
um,
Mitrovic now? 6 mil?
I was just about to ask that. Is he? I don't. Did he hit six?
I think as in I
Uh,
think he started at 6.
he's five point
I
eight at the moment.
He's 5.8. So I mean, if you're selling for 5.8, then I'd go for Mishi,
I,
but that's just personal preference and a hell of a lot of bias.
I
I
think
mean,
I'd personally go for Watkins because Villa's
Watkins,
fixtures
yeah.
are very very nice.
yeah,
I
I mean,
suppose the
yeah,
only options at that price are Bamford,
mm,
Watkins, Mitrovic,
I
which
guess.
you're trying to get rid of, and
Yeah.
Batshuayi.
yeah.
I guess you got Che Adams as well. He's around that sort of
Jay
Che
Adams
price.
is
Adams,
good.
sorry,
I
yeah.
guess if you had a bit of money in the bank as well, I'd definitely look at going to Callum Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson's a huge pick at the
He's
moment.
on form at the minute, although he's not got the greatest of fixtures coming up. I mean, I think he's going to pop off anyway on penalties.
Yeah,
I think great option.
I think his
yeah.
fixtures aren't that bad, are they? Southampton away, fair enough. Then
You can score goals in that. I wouldn't want a Southampton defender.
there's Newcastle at home to Chelsea, then they're away to Palace, away to Villa, home to West
Palace,
Brom,
yeah,
away
no.
to Leeds, home to Fulham. Like they're
That
strong
is a good
fixtures.
strength. I mean, I'm gonna bring him in for the that spree of like Leeds, West Brom, Fulham, 100%, no doubt in my mind. Um,
Um,
go on.
I'd say that Che Adams I wouldn't put in. Obviously, like you expect like maybe he's got more opportunity to score given that Danny Ings isn't there, but he
Yeah.
rely so much on each other to move the ball
I
up
mean,
that I just
this
don't
guy in
see
the
him
chat
doing as
saying
well.
Che Adams for Mitchell. I can, but who would they play up front next to Che? Like Gineppo? maybe
Long.
Long. Oh yeah, Long actually. I forgot about Long. But Long doesn't do anywhere near what kind of Danny Ings does. The way he kind of holds on to it
No.
and distributes the ball. That's a Danny Ings mentality.
Yeah, I mean, particularly at the start, like the first 3 weeks of the season, Che Adams had really, really, really strong underlying statistics without any actual output as of yet. But his form very recently has been strong. But
Yeah, but that's also I guess I see what you're saying. That's kind of combined with Danny Ings,
that's right.
who does a lot of the kind of groundwork to get them into them positions. One of the things that I think we're differing on. I think me and Al, I'll bring on my team now, have got the same person captained. Are you going differently, Owen, or are you?
Who are you captaining this week? Sorry.
I've got Kane on cap.
Oh, you changed to Kane. Never.
Yeah, I did
Last
see
minute.
that on the screen. I saw you had Kane captain. Yeah, no. For me, it's Kane captain. Obviously,
captain
like
also.
Son being the midfielder, he's got potential for more points, and
Yeah,
they are both on I think 71 so far this season.
they're both on the same
But my
points.
money's on Kane. They're both on 71.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's an easy decision because I don't hold the both of them. So either way, like I've just got Son to choose from, and I'm happy to captain him. But I am very, very worried about Kane this week. I think he could very, very easily pop off.
Yeah. I also
Well-
think that like one of them's not going to score very heavily without the other one also doing quite well.
Yeah.
So unless Kane gets a pen and then Son,
Do we think
owners would suffer.
Gareth starts? I'd love to see him start, but
Or
I'd
over
absolutely
Moura,
love to see him
maybe.
start. Yeah.
especially because it's against West Brom. You know, it's not as.
I feel like
good of a
Mourinho's
team.
going to go for the kill today.
Yeah, I mean, if Bale plays, then you know we could be hitting double figures. We could definitely be hitting double figures.
Yeah. I completely see him starting and playing, 50,
Yeah.
60 minutes.
Yeah, that's
You know,
the thing.
it's the kind of
I
game
love
where, like,
Bale to be an option on FPL, but it just doesn't seem like he's going to be.
No, particularly at his price, like
Yeah, was it
Some-
9 or
some
9.5?
like- I think it's 9.5.
9.5.
9. It's not one of those two, but like he's the same sort of price as Son.
Yeah. He's starting
Son's
more than
just-
Son. Yeah, I think Son's
Exactly,
above
he's
that
just
now.
so much more reliable.
Or might actually
Like
be
it-
9.5 now.
If Bale was 8 million, then he'd
Yeah.
be, you'd consider him more at
I'd
least.
definitely consider him, but considering you've got Diogo Jota coming through as well for 6.4, he could be unbelievable.
Yeah,
So what do you?
I think he
boys-
does the same service as Bale does for
And
Tottenham. He
Hold on, 2.1
he could be that person who comes off the bench. Yeah.
So what do you boys think of the triple up on Palace? Big, bold, brave, or completely moronic?
I like Zaha.
It's a hard
Klein.
quality.
I can't see Palace keeping the clean sheet, to be honest.
Maybe not against Leeds, but I was saying to Owen that in the next 4 weeks I'd hope for 2 clean sheets. Because
Like with the
Burnley,
fixtures,
Newcastle.
I wouldn't say it's an outrageous thing to hope for, but equally it could be none. But obviously that's
it could
football.
be
But
none,
like,
I think with the fit we've got the next 4 fixtures, I'd say we've probably got the best of any team, or like up there with the best of any team. To be honest,
How much is Klein? 4.5.
4.5. So it's just it's a cheap defender. If he gets a clean sheet, like he gets. I just wanted a playing player, and Palace have the best fixtures over the next kind of 4 or 5. So I was hoping that I could, and then Batshuayi was just I could have got Cresswell in instead of Klein, but probably would have been the smarter thing to do. But you got I could not miss the opportunity to triple up on Palace. It has to be done once a year. It has to be done. I can't lie.
I understand your bias towards Palace, but Palace aren't the kind of team which score goals. So doubling up, hoping for contributions from whether are you hoping for
Both
either of them to
attackers,
contribute or both of them to contribute? It's I think it's unlikely that you'll be pleased with your decision.
No, because for me it was like Batshuayi's an enabler more than like I'm expecting him to do anything. So like I needed a striker that was 5.8 million because I literally had no, like if I want to get De Bruyne in, then I have to get a striker who's 5.8, and at that price, Batshuayi is pretty much the only one, apart from Mitrovic. This guy's put in the chat, thanks, I'm going with Mishi. My man!
Yeah, I've seen
Oh,
that.
My
dear.
man!
I don't
I mean,
think so.
the fixtures are good.
So,
And
yeah.
if he
If they're nice.
finds form in this time, then like maybe that's fruitful.
I mean,
but
to be fair, like,
you
his
know.
form is, he scored about having Zaha and Mishi. Batshuayi's last 2 assists have been. He's got 2 assists this season, both of them to Zaha. Batshuayi's also scored 2 offside goals. If he holds that run, I know I've said this to you a lot, Bell, but it's coming. It's coming. The goals are on their way.
I mean, he's a nice one to have for 10 and 11, where you've got Newcastle at home and West
Yeah.
Brom away.
Not even the Burnley game. Burnley have not been. Burnley
Yeah,
have
true.
considered this strong defensive side, but have been leaking a hell of a lot of goals of late. So I don't actually.
The
think
stats are still
Burnley's-
pretty good.
Yeah, Burnley's one where I'd more expect a clean sheet rather than, big attacking returns.
Mm.
Against Leeds, though, I'm expecting attacking returns more than I'm expecting a clean sheet. I mean, it's like I said yesterday to you, I expect this game to be like a 4-2.
I think there'll be a lot of goals, yeah.
Guys, put in the chat that a Mishi hat-trick is inevitable now. I will be screaming if that happens. I will be screaming. That would be unbelievable.
As long as Zaha assists all 3, you can have it.
Oh yeah, you both have Wilf now as well. Get on the bandwagon. Let's go. I'm gonna bring your team up again, Bell. Are you not worried? What actually? Yeah. What did you say about Creswell? Because Creswell's got that little mark on him. For anyone who's got.
He does, yeah. I don't actually understand that, because if you look at the press conferences from today,
Yeah.
Cresswell, Moy said there's no issue with Cresswell.
I mean,
So-
a little conspiracy theory before we came on saying that someone
Yeah.
someone working at FPL has Creswell in, or has Creswell triple captained, and so they want everyone to transfer him out, or don't want people to bring in Creswell. That's the theory behind that one.
The conspiracies are out already.
The conspiracies are out already. So I'll bring the fixtures up. But what do we think after this week? We've got the international break. What do you think? Any opinions?
How do you mean?
Opinions on the international break.
International, or just like where things go after that, or how would it?
Oh,
So
no, so
the
boredom, isn't it? Without
the-
having FPL Premier League games.
yeah,
The boredom.
the break. I feel like after the break, it feels like football's slower.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, like it's been really nice because although we've only had I think 3 weeks of football since the last international break, it's felt like the league's kind of really picked up again. You have Manchester United struggling, Liverpool clutching up victories, Man City doing their thing. It's been very exciting at this kind of top of the table. Everton's like slipping up after everyone thought they were going to have an incredible season. I know we previewed Everton, Manchester United yesterday, but sort of as we're getting a little bit closer, how are we feeling about that one? I mean, how are we feeling about that game?
I think
The
without
Everton game.
Hammers,
Go on.
without Hammers, I think
Is he definitely out?
like I don't know. I don't know if he's definitely out, but like presuming that he's not going to play this game, because
Yeah.
if he's injured and he's got the international break coming up, it makes sense to rest him if they don't need him. Let's say.
Yeah, especially I mean, to be fair, Man United are there for the taking right now.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
true.
Ole gets sacked after this game is the big question.
If we lose against Everton,
Does he stay for another 23 years?
potentially, because
Bizarrely, I
United
think-
have now got the international break to sort of negotiate with
Yeah.
Poch or Brendan Rodgers.
You're going to have to get Poch in sort of early because apparently PSG, they've just sat their manager and they're sort of they're
really?
looking around for a new manager, and that they will throw all the kind of money in the world at the manager that they want. So
Yeah,
definitely one to consider.
Poch does like the Prem though. So,
Yeah,
so
he does.
think
I
out
mean,
of the
I
two,
think he would work
choose
really well at United.
Mm.
a lot of young talent, a lot of players he could bring through, and he would get a lot more backing at United than he did at Spurs. Because although
Yeah.
you're saying that you're not Manchester United aren't backing their managers. I mean, like in the past 3 or so years, you've spent sort of how much was it? Probably 700
billion.
million, 600-700 million.
It's a lot of money.
Exactly. It's a hell of a lot of money. Guy in the chat saying Cheese Bomb 19 saying United should bring Moisey back. Who's been better, Moyes or Solskjaer? Because it is a debate that can be had.
I think they both got a similar track record this season.
Yeah.
But
Did Moyes ever get
would
Champions League?
He
only ever finish
must have
Europa?
he must have inherited a season, sorry, in the Champions League.
He inherited the season of Champions League. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know I can't remember what happened after that, to be honest.
But to be fair, Solskjaer scraped the Champions League last year. I mean, he got them into the Champions League last year. He did that job. Whether that was
I
just
feel
the
like
Bruno Fernandes effect or not, but
yeah. Oh, Bruno definitely. Without Bruno, I don't think United would have got a top 4.
do you reckon they're he's waiting for that next effect? They're going to come to January and then they'll just splash the cash on someone like Sancho or somebody.
I know that Dortmund have already refused to sell Sancho at Christmas,
Oh, really?
so it would have to be
So
next
no.
summer.
It's so
Um,
no.
Is that for? Why do you think that is? Do you think they can get more money, or do you think that
They need.
like
I think
they
they've
don't need him for their own campaign?
I don't particularly.
I think,
necessarily
they've already said that they want more than 108 now. And I also think that if they were to sell Sancho,
Yeah.
it would almost disrupt their own season.
It's fair enough. I don't actually know how well Dortmund are doing, but
Mm.
I
They're
guess it's
second.
harder for them to get a replacement because Dortmund are so good at
Yeah.
business in terms of they'll buy Sancho, they'll sell Sancho for
Yeah.
130, and they'll bring in a player who's sort of just as good for 30 million.
Yeah. I saw this thing that last week that United want to sell Pogba for 55 mil.
55. I mean,
And
I think teams
And
would
then
be
they're
willing to
planning
pay that. To be fair.
yeah,
old is
I think
Pogba
he's
now?
worth 55 mil. And then apparently Edward was planning a double swoop for Haaland and Sancho.
Haaland and Sancho. He's just going to
I-
rinse Dortmund.
I cannot
Mate,
see
if,
Dortmund.
Wait. If
doing that.
Sancho is going to be 130 million, like
115, they think.
115, mate. Haaland's going to be like 200. Mate, there's no
Yeah.
way Haaland.
I don't know
is
how
cheaper
they
than
fund that.
Sancho. There's no way.
No, I know. I just
Sancho's a
think
baller.
United-
I do not think he's worth anywhere near 115 million. 50
No,
million.
well, transfer
mate, like,
transfer market. Say Paul Pogba's got a value of about 72 million.
Jesus.
Mm.
So just when I heard 50 million, I was thinking that's a bit of an undercut. Like they're obviously trying to get some cash, trying to get rid.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, get rid of him.
That,
How-
that
how
sounds like
old
it's
is
going to
he
be a
now?
quick sale. 27.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still got a bit of time in him. A big club like a PSG or even a Juve would take him back probably. Or I could see him playing at Real Madrid. They're struggling at the minute, very much. So I mean, I could see Haaland. going to
United
Real
just
Madrid.
need a director of football now.
Director of football. That
We
helped
need
him
a-
out a little bit.
We need a person who knows what they're doing, not just some
That's
bank
what he's
manager.
doing. Alright, so we're rolling up to the deadline. It's getting to that.
Oh,
point.
we are. Yes. Anyway, enough about United. Yeah.
5 minutes until deadline. Get in the chat down below. Any last minute
Anyone
transfers?
making any last minute changes?
That's the thing. Last minute transfers. That's what we're all about. I've taken a -4 this week. Big plays. I'm looking forward to it though. That's the one thing I'm annoyed about Danny Ings. When I saw him, I was watching the game, and when I saw him go down, it was like the 88th minute. I was just like, "What are you doing? Like this just doesn't need to happen." But are you not scared at all by the Palace triple up? Like surely when the Palace game rolls around, are you not a little bit worried, like when we play Burnley or one of these teams, that Palace are going to pop off?
I mean, out of your
The only thing I'm
three
worried
Palace
about is
players, the
who's
big
talking.
hitter is Zaha. Me and Owen have already
Yeah, true.
got him. I can't see keeping a clean sheet, so Klein will probably blank. And then I mean, Batshuayi might get a couple of assists.
this
But
week. Batshuayi is gonna absolutely smash it though. That's what I'm calling. He's gonna
cheese bomb, Ziyech or
absolutely-
Zaha?
Ziyech or Zaha. That is unbelievably tough. I can't lie.
Is there not
I-
a nil
I-
in it between the two?
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's a
No,
there's a
there's
fair
a little
amount of
bit
money.
less than that, actually. There's 0.5. Because I think Ziyech went
Alright.
down and Zaha's gone from 7 to 7.4.
And Ziyech's
Um,
8 mil.
And what is it? Yeah, so is it 0.6? So it's not too much difference. I mean, I
I'd
know
be tempted by
where
Ziyech, to be honest.
my loyalties
I think-
lie, but
I think as Chelsea are becoming more solid,
mm,
like they could prove to score more goals, and he could be great. But
Mm.
he's only had one set of returns
yeah,
so far. Like
I
for me,
I
I'm
think
not
for the time
I-
being, gone. I was going to
just
say for the
spending more money on the player which hasn't yet, wholly
Yeah, yeah.
proven their Premier League worth.
for
Maybe
sure.
Zaha's the safer pick.
I think safer, and also just because you don't know whether Ziyech's just going to be rotate. You don't know if he's 100% now going to be starting every week. That would be an
course.
issue. That would be an issue for me. So I think Zaha, especially with the fixtures, if you're choosing between the two at the minute, I go for Zaha for the next kind of 4 fixtures. See what Ziyech's up to. If he's popping off, if he's playing every game, then swap to Ziyech from Zaha. But I think they're both good picks. But for the time being, Zaha looks like the one. I'm quite glad that a Palace player is a genuine, or at least 2 Palace players have been like genuinely viable options, like actual good FPL picks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It makes the games a lot more fun for me to watch, and also Wilf is now on penalties because Luca got a straight red, so he'll be on penalties for
Yeah.
the next. What is the deal with the straight red anymore? It's 3. Is it 3 for
Martial
violent
was out
conduct?
for a week.
Is it just 1 week?
No, it's more than Martial was out for a good 3 or 4.
But I think it depends on like violent conduct. So if it's violent conduct, I
the
think
severity of it.
yeah,
or-
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like 3. 2 yellows is definitely 1.
So he's out until the 5th of December.
Who, Luca?
1, 2, 3. That's 3 weeks, and then he's back.
3 week. Okay, so yeah, penalties galore for Zaha.
So Milivojevic misses Leeds, Burnley, Newcastle, but is back for West Brom.
back for West Brom. That's fine. I don't actually think he'll start anyway against West Brom. If he's been out for 3 weeks, I really don't reckon he will start. 1 minute to go, boys. Here we go. We're setting ourselves in. Actually, I think. Well, on my phone it says 14:01. Refresh the app and see what's happened. Are we
It's
there?
59 on mine. I also think
59
Calvert
for me.
Lewin will get returns this
Sounds
week.
on me.
Do you?
Let me double check this. Last minute the team.
I
I've
hope
got
for it.
Vice captain Salah. That's fine. I mean, Son's gonna play anyway. But
Oh, it's embarrassing. If I were you, I'd advise captain Will.
I could. I mean, just quickly captain Will for right now.
I respect it.
No, I'm good. That's it. I made the rule was that never make a change in the last hour because I'm just always gonna regret it because it's so knee jerky.
That's
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
It's
That's
4
four.
o'clock. That's beautiful.
Screenshots in the chat.
Let's go. Oh yeah, let's end it by having a look at what Mr. Matharu is doing. I mean, the stream's gonna have no idea what we're doing, but good fun for us. Oh my word, that is I've got some incredible news coming
What's that?
in. The transfer that Mr. Matharu has done this week is Alexander Arnold to Ben Chilwell.
Ooh.
Oh my
It seems like he's
God.
trying to fund a KDB.
So he keeps Robbo then.
Yeah, he keeps Robbo. To be fair, I did forget.
I feel like
that
Robbo's the
he
one
had
to have, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, I forgot he doubled up.
Yeah.
Robbo probably is the one to have. I made the amateur error of I didn't screenshot the fucking team. Bloody amateur. But I mean, it's there
So
for
there's
it's there for everyone to see.
So there's 3 of us so far with Kane captain. It's good to see.
All of you, Captain Kane. Oh god. Wait.
Three Kane captains.
Okay, yeah, because as
I mean,
only has
both
Kane,
Elle and I have both got Son as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Az's team, Sterling, Foden, Souček and Podence. That midfield doesn't exactly scare me.
Particularly as 4 players in the Liverpool
Yeah,
City game.
it's like Sterling. I mean, does Foden start that game? Probably not.
Yeah, it
I
could
don't
be a
think so.
low scoring
Mahrez
week
needs a
for us
game, doesn't
though.
he?
And Sai's on the bench, probably won't start. Mitchell is definitely won't start. Davis won't start. Lamptey could get benched. Although every time Lamptey has been 75%, he has played. So I wouldn't be particularly too worried if I was a Lamptey owner.
I can see Souček banging a goal against Fulham. Not gonna lie.
To be fair, it is West Ham actually. Well, I didn't see that it is West Ham at home to Fulham, so that's not a bad one to actually play Souček in. Podence has looked dangerous.
I'd hope Podence doesn't do anything.
How do you feel about Benny Chilwell, Owen? You're the only one who doesn't own him.
Yeah, he's more than on my radar.
More than on your radar.
He's in my my transfer plans.
In your plans this
I
week,
don't-
next week?
Or next week, my plan is currently at least to go Sice to Chilwell, and the week
Yeah.
after
So
go
Chilwell,
Son
okay.
to KDB.
Son to KDB. Can't know. I guess because you've got Kane.
And then-
You've only
I've got Kane anyway. Got
you got
exactly,
the
yeah.
Spurs asset covered.
particularly as the fixtures swing, owning
Yeah.
one and then having the
when
the
the
City
fix-
asset for the easier fixture for
When the
them.
fixtures swing, I feel like having one of them would be perfectly fine. At the minute,
Yeah.
it's definitely beneficial too. Mr. Aaron Mathara in the chat saying, I prefer Trent, think he's a better pick, but he needs that 0.4 to definitely,
Ooh.
to 100% fund KDB. I think everyone is, it's strongly on everyone's radar that as soon as they play, because it's not only he's got home fixtures, but he's got home fixtures against Burnley, who've been leaking a lot of goals, Fulham, who've been leaking a hell of a lot of goals, West Brom, Newcastle, all in the space of 5 or 6 weeks. He plays all of those teams at home.
Yeah.
You can't ask for much more. I think it's more. So I think all of us are doing it as well, just partly because he obviously looked incredible, partly because everyone else is also doing it, because you can't be left behind in that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to delay
Had
for
Aguero
KDB
been-
in slightly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What? So you're not going to bring him in for? Is it game week 9?
No.
10, I think it is.
10 that
Is a
they turn, or what?
He might be in for 10. I've got other
Other things to sort.
things.
yeah. For me, I would have. If Aguero didn't get injured again, or then I
Yeah,
would have
Kane to
considered
Aguero
going
would be
without.
so nice.
I would have gone on
Yeah,
Kane to
yeah.
Aguero
Ooh.
and kept Son in and
Kane
gone
to
without KDB.
Aguero, yeah, that would have been unbelievable. And Jesus is coming back, but obviously probably not as reliable, anywhere near as reliable as Kane. Kane to Aguero is a
Aaron
bit more.
asks.
Go on.
Aaron asks, would you recommend a KDB and Sterling double up with Salah?
Jesus.
Bloody hell. That's
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it for my league.
That I would be
Yeah.
when the fixtures turn good for City, I'd be very scared. Every week you going in with Sterling and KDB. But that's going to be a stacked team. Unless he gets rid of Kane, he must have to get rid of Kane. Because there's no way you can have Salah,
Yeah.
Sterling, De Bruyne, and Kane.
That's over 40 mil.
If you find a way of doing that, fair play. That's unbelievable. But I guess in that sense, it's would you rather? Because I'm assuming that's not the case. So it's would you rather Salah, KDB, and Sterling, or Salah, KDB, and Kane? Is probably the way to put it.
I feel like either are very good options. It's hard to,
either are very good.
because Kane can pop up with 16 just as well as Sterling can.
Yeah, with the
15
fixtures, Sterling could be. Whew.
Yeah, Sterling's probably the one to have until Spurs fixtures switch again.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And but Sterling's a little bit more expensive, but also has the higher higher points potential, I guess. So he only needs to
Yeah,
score
I mean
one.
Spurs fixtures aren't terrible.
No, I mean,
after
who do
City,
they actually
it's
have?
Chelsea away. So it's City at home on game week 9,
Okay.
and then Chelsea away, where there could be goals there.
There could be goals, but actually Chelsea have been looking quite good defensively of late.
Mm.
They're looking a lot more solid at the back.
But both teams will want to win that game, won't they? So neither of them
Yeah,
can
I
really
mean, it's
afford
not.
to
Yeah, it's not
kind
as
of
though
sit
it's going to
back.
be a 0-0 game, but it's not going to
And
be sort
City,
of Harry
like,
Kane picking up 20 points, you know.
yeah. I mean, I guess the gamble is with
Whereas
KDB
Sterling
and
easily
Sterling.
could.
But yeah, I mean, City aren't anything like they were last season at the moment, so that's a
I
risk.
think they're getting there though. I genuinely
But
do
yeah,
think they're getting there. The Sheffield United performance, they could have easily scored about 5, but it was a performance that they needed. They needed a clean sheet, a 1-0 grind. It's not really what we've seen from City over the last few years. We've seen them just absolutely pelt teams, but I think, you know, if they want to put up a fight this year, those kind of results are what they need. We have a couple more comments in. City don't look as threatening going forward this season, in my opinion. Yeah, you just said that, El.
Agree.
You don't think?
yeah.
This guy
Change the system
says,
to control the game and be more defensively solid.
Thomas Boyle says, my team. I don't know what your team is, boss. If you comment your team, I'll have a. Oh, maybe he's saying City's his team. I don't know. They've
Shout out Boyle's team.
Yeah, shout out Boyle's team, big up Boyle's team. They've changed their system to control the game more and more defensively. So I agree with that, which is why I'm really like, I really want a Man City defender.
Yeah,
my team.
I'm gonna get one.
I really
I
want
feel like
Kyle Walker, but
they've always controlled the game.
it's
Though, I feel.
hard. Go on.
City's possession stats last season were like ridiculous. 70-80% possession in some
And
games.
that's why it's a lot easier for them to sort of keep clean sheets and stuff. Because they just control the game, foul anyone. Like they are probably one of the dirtiest teams in the league. People don't see it, but they are so dirty. Because every time they lose the ball, they just hack people down, so that they can't like counter attack them.
It works though, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, we'll finish it off with a few comments on the games tonight. So, what do we feel about the games tonight? We've got Brighton versus Burnley and Southampton, Newcastle. Any interest?
I'd love for Lamptey to get something out of it. I'd love for Lamptey to play more than anything.
Might have to play.
And I feel like Southampton won't be anywhere near as exciting to watch without Danny Ings.
Yeah. Could we see any 0-0ers in that? Southampton Newcastle could be a 0-0, even though they are two quite attack. Like Wilson, I'd be worried about Wilson actually in that game. I think Wilson could definitely do something. Southampton haven't been the best. Actually, a player I wanted to bring up, Vestergaard. He has, in the last, I think, 5 games, he's scored 6 or 7 points.
Not bad, is it?
Fair play.
He's either got a clean sheet or actually like scored a goal, because they're just.
Is that sustainable?
That is the question. Is he gonna, because he's, you know, for a lot of those 6 pointers you're relying on him scoring. Although Southampton, you know, they're threatening from set pieces. Will that be sustainable? Mr. Boyle has commented his team, so let's have a look at that. He's got Mondi, that's a Chelsea goalkeeper. Robertson, Vestergaard, my man, Zuma, Son, De Bruyne, Ward-Prowse, Werner, Vardy, Calvert-Lewin. That attack is, yeah.
I love the
Expensive back
Vardy.
line, expensive. I really like Vardy as well. It's weird to think that like last year at 9.5 mil, Vardy was essential. He's now 10 mil and popping off and being overlooked completely. But I guess it's also
On the same price, it's Kane. So like,
yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like, he's being overlooked because you've got Son, who's a mil less and a midfielder. Salah probably he's doing better, or just I think a better option long term. Obviously Kane, as you said, started 0.5 mil more expensive. He says 1-0 Brighton, and 1-1 Newcastle, and he's got Diogo
I'd take
Jota in his
that.
team.
As long as it's a more
absolutely take that.
Absolutely take that. I mean, yeah, I'd like Burnley to score. I can't lie. Lamptey had his fun last week scoring a goal that should have been disallowed, but you know.
You're jealous. You're jealous, boy.
I was actually going to bring in Lamptey a few weeks ago, so it hurt a little bit that he did so well. Got the 9 point, because the most annoying thing was I was above as until the substitutions came in. So the game ended. I was above him in the league, and then the substitutions came in, and he goes like the Lamptey 9 points takes him above me. It's just like that one hurts.
Those 9 points off the bench were lovely. I appreciated those.
That is, yeah. You're a bit of a bench boy. You had a quite a few good benches last season, didn't you?
Yeah,
Toddy
I had
come off the
a
bench
love
as
affair
well.
with Todd Cantwell.
Oh,
A
the
lot
number
10
of
points off the
Chilwell
bench.
10-pointers.
Is Cantwell.
Cantwell, sorry,
Yeah.
was very
It was
jarring,
like,
as you
was
would
it
say, Jabba.
2 or 3? Jarring, yeah.
I think certainly 2, maybe 3. But yeah,
It was definitely
he's had a couple of
2.
appearances off the bench. It's not a secret, my love affair with him.
Fair with Tony Cantwell. All played out very nicely. But yeah, this has been the deadline stream. Hope everyone watching has enjoyed. Thank you for joining me, boys. Definitely
Been nice.
do
Pleasure.
this again at some point.
Mhm.
When the next deadline rolls around. We've got an international break, so probably won't be doing a stream for a couple of weeks, but we'll be around. We'll be hovering. Thanks everyone for tuning
I mean,
in. Oh no.
is it,
What are you saying? You cut out.
I was just saying that if there's any United news over the international break, it might be worth doing a stream.
Yeah, we could do like just a general